Hi everyone, Valerie here with this week's 2-minute tech tip. We're going to continue looking at how to improve your digital photos. This week we're going to talk about lighting. Let's get started. Once again, I'm going to be using Google Photos for demonstration purposes, but you can do similar things with other photo apps and websites. This is the photo we're going to be working with today. You'll notice that it's rather dark, and we're going to try to lighten it up. First, we need to get into the editing option by clicking on the lines at the top right. Then, to get to our lighting adjustments, click on the 3 lines again. Here we have 3 big categories we can adjust: lighting, color, and pop. We're going to leave color aside, and we'll talk about pop later. Let's start with lighting. The slider is positioned in the middle. You drag it to the left to make your photo darker, and to the right to make it lighter. Let's see how that works. Well, we did manage to brighten up the people in the photo, but we have problems in other areas. Notice in the top left corner where the sunlight was coming in. As we brightened the photo, it turned that into a bright white blob. It's not unusual for lighting problems in photos to be cases of uneven lighting, as much as being simply too dark or too light. Let's go into more detail to see if we can fix this. Clicking on the drop-down arrow next to lighting will get you more factors to adjust. Exposure, contrast, shadows, and highlights are all things you can change on their own. Since one of the main problems with this photo is an excessively bright area, I'm going to see what dialing down the highlights will do. That helps bring definition back to that area of the photo. Dialing back a touch on the whites helps as well. When you're adjusting the light in your photo, experiment. See how different sliders affect different parts of the photo. You can click and hold on the photo to see what effects your edits have had. Now we've come back to original photo, and we're going to give that pop slider a try. Pop is a combination of lighting, color, definition, and contrast, and sometimes it's the easiest way to fix the photo. In the case of this photo, pop helps, but I still think it leaves it a little too dark. And when you stretch it further, it gives the photo a bit of an unreal feel. I'm going to leave the pop slider in the middle. Then I'm going to go into the lighting and increase it a bit, and then dial back on the highlights to combat that bright spot in the top left. Alternatively, you could crop the photo to minimize that bright spot and adjust the lighting from there. That's it for today. Next week we'll talk about sharing your photo creations. Until then, take care.